So when you're on a cross-country flight or just flying around in your local area, you sometimes want to make a turn. Of course, we've got the control surfaces outside the airplane to help us with that. But one of the key things you have to keep in mind when you're making a turn is that you want to stay in so-called coordinated flights. This means that you are flying in the... That means you're not really... That means you're not drifting or... that means that the nose is pointing in the direction that it wants to... I'll put a picture on screen of what a perfectly coordinated flight looks like. It basically means that this little ball here inside the turn coordinator has to be perfectly center. So in keeping that center is not always easy. Like I'll just get my feet off the rudder pedals and just they're a bit glitchy. Sorry for that. And I'll just start doing a left turn. Just look. Okay. So now just turning without my rudder. Now we're also in a thermal. I really picked the best place to do this. So you can actually see, right now it's perfectly fine to not use the rudder entirely because I'm still staying coordinated. But for example, if I decide to just turn the other side, why am I not getting my point across? I'm not using the rudder, and you can actually, if you just look at the little ball here, it wants to move to the right because all of the weight is going. Yeah, here you can see. Okay, yeah, now you can. Now just turn over to the left. And here you can see it wants to go. Now we want to keep it centered because otherwise we create a lot of unnecessary extra drag. That means we use extra fuel, and that just means we of course want to be as efficient as possible, so we use the rudder. We just use it to get back out of the turn. So now I'm going to make a turn with my rudder, so I'll just you can also see if I apply too much rudder, the ball wants to go to the left. Normally it wants, yes, I'm using rudder and it wants to stay, now it stays center, more or less. Keeping it center. Oh wait, there's a cloud coming in, so I'm going to turn over to the left. Just use the left rudder. Of course, I want to stay in visual meteorological conditions, or VMC. Oh wait, there it is. Oh boy, I really picked the... Actually, no, it's perfectly fine. I'm a great teacher. Can you tell? Anyway, let's... level off, and there we go. We're now away from the clouds. So what I want to do now is show a little trick that can help you actually get a feel for prop, because what you actually want to achieve during or when practicing turns is to actually master flying by the seat of your pants. And you do that by, of course, in a real aircraft it's a lot easier because you can feel all the bumps from the turbulence, and you can feel exactly what the aircraft is doing. And in a Flight Simulator you can do that sort of as well. And of course this is some a trick that I use to train my flight coordination. So what I do is I just look over my shoulders to see if there's no traffic, and then I just then I start to make a turn to the left, and then just let it roll. Of course, try to keep and then I, of course, look at the nose mostly of the aircraft. Just look inside, and then we do it again. It doesn't help that I have my muscle memory set for a airplane that is pretty much a glider with an engine. Anyway, I'm out of excuses. Let's just, here we go, and I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, and turn. And there you go. It's already a lot better. And then just do it again one last time. There you go. Now, that was those were some very clean turns, which of course is exactly what we want to see. And now, with having sort of explained how I do turns, let's see if I can make my way back to the airport. I should probably, can I actually cross these mountains? I don't know. I think I should be fine. Or actually, though, those are usually the most famous last words of many pilots who have then crashed into the mountain I'm trying to get over. Oh god, there's the thermal again. Here you can also see just how much of an updraft those thermals really are. Oh, try to keep my speed. In just like a minute or something like that, I climbed 400 feet. Actually, less than a minute. Didn't spend much time in that. Okay, so now we are over the mountain ridge. I think that thermal really helped us out there. We're now gonna fly back to the airport and I will be doing a crosswind landing. And also some traffic. Also some work in the circuit. Let's see if we can spot the airport. It's about there. It's that little field right over there. See, I've got a bit of a crosswind still. There it is. And you can see it. Also, one thing that I still want to tell about turns is that I said normally when we're making a turn we use the ailerons for starting it, but you don't actually necessarily need the ailerons to make it. I'll just show what I just explain why. Let me elaborate. So the ailerons, they do the roll maneuver and they do the roll movement. With the rudder you normally do the yaw movement. But what you can also see just a little bit is the side effects of the. So for example, if I roll far enough to either side, the plane wants to yaw, and if I but the opposite is also true. If I yaw to either side, the aircraft wants to roll, and then you get this very interesting trick. Wait, let me actually show you. I've got the yoke in the cockpit turned up. Let me show you. I'm actually gonna adjust my power so I fly straight and level. So sort of like this. Okay, I'm not touching the yoke, and then I start to for just a tiny bit, and I just pull back. I only use the elevator. I do not use the ailerons. Here you can see I am now turning with about 15 to 20 degrees of bank, perfectly coordinated, in level flight. Oh. Flying, maintaining my altitude. And if I shall just make it 360 out of this one, so we can actually, because I still want to land. Again, I'm only using the rudder, not the ailerons, and only the elevator to keep going. Actually going very... Now I just start using opposite rudder. And you can see I'm leveling out of the turn, using only my feet. Only using my feet. A single aileron movement, and there we go.